Hey, Puzzle YouTube, 6ftHax here. Have for you guys today a pretty good close PU Wi-Fi battle I had against Aaron2420. I think those were his last numbers that I got off of my Discord. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to hammer that like button down below. And if you can't tell by the teams, I'm using a pretty cool Trick Room team, as Aaron's using, of course, the ever so dominant Aurora Veil Offense, which in PU, Aurora Veil Offense, is actually really scary because there's so many good setup Pokemon. At the same time though, Trick Room is also pretty dominant because there's so many hard-hitting slow Pokemon that are in PU. So we're gonna see which one ends up being more dominant in this game. Now the team that I'm using is one that I got off of the forums. I'll leave a link to that down below for you guys to go check out. So he's gonna be leading off with his Aurorus, which I did expect him to lead with, as I'm gonna be leading off with my Carbing. Turn 1, pretty positive that he's gonna try and get up his Stealth Rock. So what I'm gonna do is actually go straight for the Magico to hopefully try and bounce them back. If he didn't want to stay in and go for the rocks, there was a chance that he might have just hard switched directly into Sand Slash. So at the same time, I could have gone for my own Stealth Rocks, but if I could prevent him from getting up his rocks, then I definitely wanted to try and do that. As I do bounce back the Stealth Rocks, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to just get on my Trick Room, because there's a good chance that he's going to want to try and get up his own rocks again, or if he does expect me to go for the Magicoat again, trying to stop him from getting up rocks, he's going to decide to switch out. So either way, I should be able to get on my Trick Room here for free, and then I can hopefully save my Carbing for later in the match to Trick Room once more, as he does bring in the Sand Slash. Obviously, I don't want to take a potential Iron Head, so I'm going to go ahead and hard switch directly into this monster known as Crabominable. He has literally no switch-ins to an adamant max attack stab close combat, so I'm just gonna click that and nuke something, as down goes the Sand Slash, man. That thing got sent into oblivion by close combat. So down goes the Sand Slash. I am up now 6-5 as in comes the Malamar. This Malamar is actually kind of scary because, for those of you who may not know, Malamar likes to run Z Happy Hour, which, while yes, Malamar does have the contrary ability, it does not matter because Z Happy Hour still boosts all of its stats. So essentially it's just a free ancient power boost, and then it can continue boosting its stats because of super power working along with contrary, and that is actually kind of terrifying. So he does end up chewing my close combat, and then he's gonna end up going for the Z Happy Hour here, and I think I ended up making a really big misplay here. I should have 110% gone for the Ice Hammer, because Ice Hammer actually would have been able to knock him out here if I remember the calc correctly, and unfortunately I just lose my Crabominable here, which really sucks because I would have been able to save this for later in the match, and in Trick Room it just dominated his entire team. So hopefully I can come back from this little error on my part, as I will be able to bring in my Mesper here, because I am max defense, max HP. I should be able to chew a +2 attack knockoff so long as it does not crit me. Actually, I think with the crit I might have been able to live, but I would have been super low. Thankfully though, Mesprit is well trained, don't get critted, and I will be able to get on my Trick Room once more. And because he is at -1 speed and I am a -speed nature, I should be able to outspeed him here in the Trick Room and pick him off with a U-turn. So that's really good. Malamar could have potentially been a humongous problem, but now it is gone, as I will be able to go ahead and bring in my Alolan Executor here. Unfortunately, the Ursaring on this team does not have close combat, so I would have definitely brought in Ursaring here if it had close combat, because it's the only thing that I have that can just straight OHKO this Aurorus, which I was most positive that he was going to bring in just so he could get his hail back up. As he does bring it in, I have to go for my hardest hitting move, which is the Giga Drain. Unless I had crit him, there was no way I was going to knock him out here, and he does just end up living on a solid bit of HP, as he's going to go ahead and knock me out with the Blizzard, which does kind of suck. Was really hoping to use a Alolan Executor, but this is fine because I should be able to bring in something else to hopefully revenge kill it, as I bring in my Drampaw. I am a max special attack Drampaw. However though, the Aurora Veil is still up, and I foolishly overestimated the power of Drampaw here, as he's able to live on like freaking 3%, but I do chew the Blizzard thanks to the fact that I am max HP. However though, if I am going to knock out this Aurorus, the hail is then going to knock me out, so this is going to force me to waste my final room of Trick Room if I'm not mistaken, or after this turn I'm only going to have one last turn, and down goes my Grandpa, unfortunately, which really does suck because I was really hoping Grandpa would also put in work. So yeah, my Trick Room ends here. So I'm going to be forced to go into my Carbink, which should be able to live any hit from anything, even a Caracosta potentially, depending on if he's an offensive or defensive set, as he ends up bringing in the Lurantis. I am max special defense, so even though this Leaf Storm is super effective, I will be able to chew one, get in my Trick Room, and then the following turn, I should be able to hopefully go for the Explosion, get off a decent bit of damage on this Lurantis, and then bring in my Ursaring, which may be able to clean up depending on how things go, as this following turn, I do have no reason to not just go for the Explosion. There's no way I'm going to get up the Trick Room at this point, being at below 50% HP. I don't think I chew a hit from the Pinsir, and I definitely don't chew a hit from the Caracosta at this point. Plus, he's at +2 special attack, and I don't have anything I want to switch into this monster, so down goes his Hail, which is really nice, giving me a free switch into my boy Ursaring. I absolutely love Ursaring, man. Ursaring has been low-key one of my all-time favorite Pokemon because it's just an absolute monster, as I skillfully dodge a Leaf Storm. I actually made an error on this Ursaring, and I forgot to take off my Speed IVs. I don't know if I did take off the Speed IVs, would I be slower than the Lurantis? I could probably look that up after this, but he does unfortunately miss the Leaf Storm as I knock him out with the Gunk Shot. In comes the Caracosta. This is fine because Caracosta shouldn't be able to knock me out with any one hit, but the problem is that I don't have a single super effective move to hit this Caracosta with. So I'm basically gonna be forced to waste my last 2 turns of Trick Room on just trying to knock out this Caracosta, where if I just had close combat, I would have been able to nuke this Caracosta, and then with his last mob being Pinsir, there would have been no absolute way that he would have been able to live a max attack, guts boosted stab facade. So yeah, unfortunately at this point, Pinsir is going to be able to come in with my Trick Room being gone and my last Pokemon being Mesprit. There's no way I can pull out the victory at this point. So unfortunately, Pinsir is going to put the rest of his team on his back, and he's going to pull out the W for Aaron here. So good game to Aaron. Unfortunately, in this matchup, Hail was the superior playstyle, but I did end up making a couple misplays, but hey, hindsight is 2020 and nothing that I can do about it now. Either way though, still thought this was a pretty solid and fun, good game. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, then you know what to do. Make sure to hammer that like button down below. Also, later today is going to be episode 2 of the Pokemon Soul Link Platinum Randomizer Nuzlocke, so make sure to go check that out if you guys have not seen part 1. Part 1 was uploaded on Kyle's channel, so go check him out, Kyle A. And with all that being said, guys, I'll see y'all later. So, later, everybody.
Cause my brain and heart are both tied in a knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion. But when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears, or hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping. For real.